Hello, women. Welcome back to Empowering Women Impacting Lives channel. Today, I want to talk about jealousy and control in the church and how it can affect women. I want to elaborate on a few things and an experience that happened to me in a church that I was trying to help. And I also want to say that, you know, it doesn't matter if you're an apostle or a pastor or bishop or whatever the case, whatever your title is, or first lady of an apostle, bishop, or um, pastor, whatever the case may be. Just because you have an authoritative role or position in the church, that doesn't mean when you step out the doors of the church, that doesn't mean you're in authority. Because when you step outside the church, you have to deal with the real world, and the real world don't give a damn about your title. I don't care if you Bishop Tutu. I mean, the real world don't give a damn about your title, especially when it comes to business contracts, and whose name is on the contract. So, you know, and I wanted to say that because a lot of pastors, apostles, whatever, bishops, whatever the case may be in church, they try to control and dictate, to people, to members, or even if you're not a member, they try to dictate to people inside the church what to do, how to do it, whatever, and they try to control people, and they try to lead the congregation under a dictatorship. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a real brief experience that happened to me, and and my experience of jealousy and control. At least one of them. I'll talk about one of the experiences of my jealousy and controlling people that I had to deal with in the church. Um, so it was the apostles' anniversary coming up, their pastoral anniversary, whatever the case may be. And they had a space on hold by with Hilton or whatever the case may be for 2000 and something. And uh, none of the members stepped up and helped pay for it. They wasn't selling tickets, nothing. And they had known like months way before the deadline was to have the money in. They knew that they had to have that money in. Um, so it seemed like it was becoming a problem. So I stepped up and I had, volunteered to help out because I had a space that I had put a deposit down with one of my friends that was a sales manager, and she gave me a great discount on a space, and I ended up not even having the event. It was an event that I was going to do, you know, for myself and my group or whatever the case may be. And whatever, the event got canceled, and I wasn't able to pull the event through. So I was like, hey, y'all can just have that space. So, and I didn't really, it wasn't no big thing to me. I didn't care, as long as the space got used and whatever the case may be. And so when I stepped up, I mean, nobody else had stepped up. Um, None of the members of the church, the pastor's armor bearer, or first lady's armor bearer, they didn't step up to try to pay anything on their own. So I had stepped up, and I let them know I have to go over here and to this place, this hotel, and talk to whoever the sales manager is now, because the other lady that I was working with, she wasn't working there no more. So I have to even see if we can even do this. So I went over there and talked to them and looked at the spaces or whatever the case may be. And, um, the spaces were okay, but they wasn't willing to use the deposit because it was too late. And I mean, it was different owners. It was just. So the young lady that I held the space with, I had known she was working at a different hotel. And she was the sales manager over there as well. She had gotten a different job. So I went on ahead. I went over there to see if I can work things out, since I wasn't able to bring things together at the other hotel with the deposit, and then they would have to pay more money. It was, I just didn't want to go through all that. And I knew that if I worked with this lady, she would give me a discount. We've been friends for years. We've worked together. I just been knowing her for years. And so since we've been knowing each other for years, I mean, she shows me the spot. She had availability. She gave me a discount just because, we're friends and she'd been knowing me for forever, And so I got the spot, reserved it, and paid for it. Again, it wasn't that much money. It wasn't a big deal because it wasn't that much money. She gave me a discount on the spot. So I emailed the receipt to First Lady and the armor bearer and stuff like that, and let them know if the spot was taken care of, no problem. And they were like, wow, that didn't take a long time. It's like, yeah, well, I know. I mean, I know the person, so it didn't take a long time. Space was available, and we booked it, and then we took care of business. That was it. And keep in mind, when I had paid for the space or whatever, my name was on the contract. I mean, that's just how business works. Whoever pays for the spot or the venue space, they're the one. Their name is the one that's on the contract, and they're the ones responsible and liable for the event or whatever happens in the event. So after the event space was paid for, the First Lady's armor bearer, she wanted the sales manager's contact information. My friend that I've been knowing for years, my contact, she wanted her information. I wouldn't give it to her. And the reason why is because I didn't want the sales manager to have to deal with a bunch of phone calls from the church or a bunch of emails from the church. Then by me knowing this lady and working with her from years before, she really wanted, I know that she really just wanted to deal with one person, and that was the person on the contract. So, the armor bearer was cool at first, and I told her, I said, whatever you need, just let me know so I can send it to her, and then she could take care of it, so it won't be no confusion and stuff. And so she was like, okay. And so she started texting me the info, and then I sent it to Megan or whatever the case may be. And we was taking care of business like that. So when it got closer to the event, that's when things went downhill. And the First Lady's armor bearer, started contacting the sales manager directly. So that caused confusion because the sales manager was like, her name, why, first of all, why is she contacting me? How did she get my email? And then she's not on the contract. So I'm not even really supposed to be dealing with her with this. I'm supposed to be dealing with you. Your name's on the contract. Your name's on the business contract. I told her, I don't know how she got your email, but I didn't give it to her. And at that time, I knew she was kind of frustrated because she was having to do different, she was having to answer emails. Again, like I said, I didn't want her to have to go through. Then she was having to call me and confirm everything. And so now it was some confusion going on. And the armor bearer, she decided just to go above my head when it got closer to the event. And her name wasn't even on the contract. So, and then things got so bad to where the general manager got involved, and the general manager told the sales manager, don't answer her emails. Don't answer the armor bearers, First Lady Armor Bearers email. Stop answering her emails because she's not on the contract. Meet with your contact and see what she wants to do with this whole thing. So then, again, the armor bearer, she was trying to take control. She was trying to take control over something she didn't even pay for, you know. And she didn't step up to the plate to do anything, to pay for anything. But then she waited till after I paid for everything to step up. And she used my contact. Okay. See, and it was a lot of jealousy involved because that armor bearer, she is the type of person that she don't want nobody else doing nothing for Apostle and First Lady but her. Okay. And if somebody come in and, do something for them, she don't want nobody to outshine her. Okay. That's where the jealousy was kicking in. She didn't want nobody to outshine her in doing things for Apostle. She used to doing everything for them and blah, 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 and she don't want nobody to come in and do nothing for Apostle and First Lady because she don't want nobody to outshine her. It was a competition thing to her, but it wasn't for me. And then when you're dealing with people like this, which I didn't know she was like this, it becomes a problem because it's all about competition and control, jealousy, competition and control. The armor bearer, she wanted to be the only one to do something for Apostle and First Lady. Okay. All I was trying to do was help. I didn't know it was going to turn into all this mess. So, but for the armor bearer, it was about jealousy, it was about control, and it was about competition. And she was trying to take over. She was trying to take over something that she didn't pay for. And it's the way she went about doing it, being snakish, going behind my back, emailing my contact. I mean, it was the reason why I didn't give the information. Number one, she wasn't on the contract. Number two, like I said, I didn't want a bunch of church people calling up there at the hotel, bugging the sales manager, or calling or emailing. This is football season. These hotels are busy. I just didn't want a bunch of mess and confusion. And I felt that it was just better for Megan for the sales manager to deal with me instead of dealing with a bunch of church people that she didn't know. So it was just mess. It ended up being a bunch of mess. And it was because of that armor bearer wanted to control everything. And the First Lady wanted her to do everything. She wanted her to control everything. And to be honest, I mean, like I said, all she had to do was ask him, hey, do you mind if I do this? Or do you mind if I go ahead and take it from here? It was about communication too, as well. And I would say, sure, that's fine, no problem. But like I said, it was the fact that you trying to go behind my back, and contact and reach my contacts and and my references and stuff like that, and you don't even know this person. You don't know this person from Adam, and you talking to her like you know her, and then you get her email. You didn't ask her for. She asked me for, but I wouldn't give it to her, and I explained that before. So, and it was about her, trying to go above my head when and the contact, she shared all the emails and everything with me. So it's like, because she couldn't do anything without me because I was on the contract. So, but it was like she was trying to do stuff without me. and not include me after I didn't pay for everything. I just think it was just things could have been done differently. But when you're dealing with people with jealous spirits, they have jealousy in them. They want to outshine everybody. But the thing is, just because, and just like I told her, and like I told First Lady, just because you are, um, just because you are a armor bearer, and First Lady's armor bearer, in the church, that doesn't mean you can walk all over people and treat people how you want to treat people and go above people's head and stuff. When it comes to business, it doesn't work like that, especially when your name is not on a business contract. You know, my name was on the contract. My name was on the line if anything happened. Her name wasn't. And she trying to act like she didn't took care of everything and she didn't pay for stuff and she didn't pay for nothing. So I just didn't think it was right. I told First Lady, I don't like how the way things are being done. I don't think it's right how she's going about doing things. She needs to communicate with me. And when it came closer to the event, it was like she ain't have to communicate with me. She ain't have to do nothing. After everything was taken care of and paid for, you know, and after it got closer to the event, you know. And First Lady, of course, she gonna take up for her armor bearer. She said she is my chief adjutant, honey, and she has always handled herself excellent in all business affairs. And I said, well, not in this business affair. She's not handling things properly, and she's not handling things professionally. That's not in my eyes. And also, I talked to one of the sales manager. She wasn't handling things professionally in their eyes either. Um, and then it became about, oh, she could handle business better than you. That's what it became. That's what it was leaning more towards. Um, you know, the First Lady, she always handles, she's excellent in all business affairs. She handles business this way, that way, this, that, and the third. And it became more of her being, and she also sent me a text, the armor bearer, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. I'm this, I'm that. I know how to handle business. And I'm just like, see, it wasn't about her being a businesswoman. It was about the way she did things with me, how she handled things with me. Um, and then it's about, once a person pay for something, don't think you can just take over and control stuff, especially when you're not on the contract. So then it was about her trying to be a better businesswoman. Again, competition. And it wasn't even about that with me. It wasn't even about that. So she caused, she just it was just a bunch of confusion. It was a bunch of mess with this armor bearer. Um, and then with this armor bearer and between the sales manager, and it was just mess with this event. And um and people who have jealousy in them, they always try to outdo and outshine other people. Then 3 to 4 days before the event, before the event, the armor bearer wants to change everything and put the contract in her name and this and that. I mean, hey, do it. I don't care. But my thing was, it's a way to go about doing things. You don't have to be trying to go above somebody's head and doing this and doing that, going behind their back. You don't have to be doing all that. You know. Then the general manager, he lied about the space and said that the space was up for maintenance. And then come to find out, he sold a space to her already. He said because that was his friend and he know her, blah 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 blah. You know, so um, she led me on to thinking that she was gonna pay for the food and beverage on the spot that I rented, but she wasn't. You know, So she was being deceptive in that way as well. Um, And my thing was, how come you just didn't talk to the general manager at first? You claim you know this man. This man claims that y'all friends. How come you didn't step up to the plate and pay for the spot at first? And we wouldn't be going through all this. How come you didn't step up? You know, you could have did this on your own. It could have been in your name, whatever the case may be. Um, and it was just, she didn't respond to that. So it was just a mess. And then no business professional waits 3 to 4 days before an event to change the whole event or to change content. I mean, it's unprofessional, and it puts um the sales team and the sales manager in a hard spot, and then they got to do extra work. They got to make another contract. It was just mess. It was mess. And it was all about her trying to outshine me, her trying to outdo me. It was all built on jealousy and control. Again, it was about her trying to outshine me, trying to outdo me, and trying to control everything with the event, you know? And, you know, jealousy, jealousy will always, jealousy will always compete. It will always copy. It will always try to outshine and outdo someone. Um, Jealousy will always try to out conquer someone, compete with people. Jealousy will always try to do that. Jealous people and people with jealous spirits. And they'll try to do this stuff to try to make you look bad, to make themselves look good, and to make themselves shine and make themselves feel better, like they done something. She didn't step up to the plate at first, but now she want to step up to the plate and try to make it look like, try to make me look bad. It was just crazy. So that's one of my stories about jealousy and control in the church. And this was an African American church. And we as African American people, we need to learn how to stop being so jealous of one another. And we need to learn how to stop trying to compete with each other, trying to outdo, outshine, outconquer one another, and stop being jealous of one another, and help each other. I told her, we should have been working together instead of you working against me, trying to outshine me, trying to outdo this, trying to outdo. We should have been working together. We should have been working together. So that's it for my story on today, on jealousy and control in the church. Y'all probably be hearing some more stories on this subject, but this video, I don't want to make this video too long. So y'all put y'all comments down below, and let me know what you think about the situation, about what happened. I personally don't think it was right, but hey, I let it go. Let them, you know what I'm saying? They want to control everything. I just let it go. And I got a refund and I got my money back, and I just let it go. Because it wasn't about the money or anything. I was just trying to help out. And then the first lady had said, I forgot to tell you, the first lady had said, well, I told you thank you 1,000 times, and I told you that, but see, it wasn't about you telling me thank you 1,000 times. It wasn't about the money. It was about the way your armor bearer went about doing stuff. Going above my head, going behind my back, trying to be sneaky. You and contacting, emailing my contact that you didn't even know. Now you trying to make contacts with her through me. Now you ain't even let me in on what's going on, and my name is on the contract. Now, do that sound like that's uh professional? It's not. She trying to get things done without me, and she ain't even on the contract. So anyway, for more videos like this, because I will be putting some more videos up regarding church, and how people are treated in the church, please subscribe to my channel, Empowering Women and Impacting Lives. And until I see y'all, until the next video, until I see y'all again, we gonna talk about this now, y'all. We gonna talk about this. We gonna talk about this in another video, okay? Because I got plenty of stories for y'all. All right. All right. Until the next video, we'll see you then.